It's the one right on. Yeah, it's right opposite the old UN Plaza.
Oh, okay.
Nah, but are they gonna run it like how the Sheraton's ran over here?
It's
I love the
Sheraton and
Sheraton.
Sheraton, bro.
What's up?
That's nice.
Yeah, got that Boulevard Palace. Yeah. All that hotel there charging $200, $250 for that old
nothing.
room there. Old bed, old marble.
Smells like
wall,
mold.
low, everything. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
You saw?
Yeah, man. Y'all need to pull yourself together over that country, bro. Giving us nonsense standards all day.
I don't stay there when I go. I just stay in like a guest house.
Yeah, the guest houses, because the
Yeah.
guest houses are new, so
They're newer.
they're newer, yeah. As a hotel, you gotta always remodel your space if you want to be charging people hot money. You be like a Motel 6.
Yeah, but I think not Liberian people own it.
I don't care who owns it. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean they should give us nonsense for our money. We pay our money.
Because we allowed it.
Yeah, we allowed in there. Hmm?
That's the thing back home. We allow a substandard.
That's crazy, bro.
Hopefully we can learn to raise our price continuously.
For value.
I think that's an important part of our show that kind of gets misconstructed. I want to show you value. I want to show you that you can do it. He wants to show you value. And Bill wants to show you value. Dr. Alvin Gray wants to show you value. We want to show you that there is value in being Liberian. We're not just a useless country that was destroyed by war. But welcome back to In the Fries. Today, I'm so excited. We have someone whose story is both inspiring and deeply connected to our Liberian community. We have Dr. Alvin Gray. He's an author, a marketing strategist, a researcher, and as well someone who's passionate about giving back to Liberia itself, right? He's the author of a book called Liberian Boy, Triumph Over War Shadows, a memoir about resilience, identity, and growth. He's also spent nearly 2 decades working with big brands like Disney and Procter and Gamble. And on top of that, he's doing incredible academic research on how people make decisions in the moment, real-time marketing. So, let's start off with your book. Not too many people have wrote a book. Your book is called Liberian Boy, and even that title says a lot. What was the hardest part about writing it?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure. I admire what you guys are doing. I've been following J-Bizz, and I've been talking about being here for like 9 months now.
Definitely.
So when we started, you was like interested in coming in, basically.
We were in the club and I cried.
I remember that when he was gone.
Everything you just read about my background, you would never know that I was a refugee boy who for 7 years, I didn't go to school. I came to this country when I was 15 and I could barely read and write.
15? What grade is that? Like 10th grade, right?
Yeah. Could barely read and write. All the teasing and all that stuff, right? So for me, it is just to show that it's mindset over matters. And, just writing the book just helped me, one, understand who I am as a person. So in that book, I talk about my journey to America as a refugee, living in a refugee camp in the Ivory Coast in Dananet, living through the war in Liberia. I talk about all the shit we used to eat, bogawi and rotten beans and, zogo, all that other stuff that we used to eat. Coming to America being called African booty scratcher and shit being thrown at me.
When did you come to America when they were still calling people African booty scratcher?
I came here December 3rd, 1997.
Oh, I was born 97.
So I'm 42 years old, right? So all that stuff. But I sit today in boardrooms as a Liberian boy leading corporate executives, and I am so proud about my culture and who I am.
And you never lost your accent.
I mean, can we do this whole interview in Liberian English?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm enjoying you, bro.
Seriously, because
I'm enjoying you.
I learned how to navigate, and I think that's one thing about Liberian people is like we know how to navigate because of all the shit we've been through in our life.
Yeah.
And exactly, code switching.
No, but I feel that's that's not a blessing, that's a curse for us because because we do that, our mark that we leave on society has been missing as Liberians because people don't respect us because we're not seeing in spaces.
I respectfully disagree, and here's where I come from that. Whenever you're the minority in a country, it's on you to adapt. It's not on them. for you to conform to who you are because you're invading their space.
When you go to the room, you act like really.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
So
That's what
you
it says.
have to adapt without giving up who you are as a person. Your culture, and I'll talk about that.
How come the Nigerians never did it, though?
I mean, I cannot speak about the Nigerian, but Nigerian man is very proud. But a lot of Nigerian are also, they conform.
Dr. Alvin, are you talking about being a refugee?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what it feels like to be a refugee, but I wasn't a refugee in the U.S. I was a refugee in another African country, right? And how did your childhood struggle influence who you really are right now at this moment?
Everything. I think the most important thing is my mindset. Because I think about no matter what challenges that happens to me in life, I think about if I can come from that, then there's nothing that I can't overcome. I talk about in the book a lot about there is beauty on the other side of pain. And that's where it comes from. I mean, imagine you wake up in the morning, there's no food and you're just gapping.
Yeah.
You look to your left, no food. You look to your right, no food. You depend on United Nations aid to eat.
Bro,
right?
And
all the plum tree in like, bro, all the
and I'm not,
rich I was
bro,
so is, bro.
I'm talking about in the Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast.
And I just opened
Liberia and the Ivory Coast where you don't own nothing.
The sword not rich over there too?
You don't own the land. People put you in the area. The only source of food you have is donations from United Nations. You go in, you check in, and they say, how many people in the house? You got men, women, they give you one bag of rice and one beans. When you cook the rice, you got to make it soft and pour a lot of water inside so it can last stretch and fill your stomach. And the beans they give you got bugs inside. But you're forced to eat it.
And I just opened your book, right, directly to the prologue, page 3. And this is what it reads. It said, I invite you to pause and look beyond this page, beyond the ink and words, and see if you can perceive the invisible thread that weaves the fabric of a person's life. Like, I'm already touched up this masterpiece.
So what's one thing you would like people to, like, when they read your book, what would you like them to be able to walk away with?
Mindset of what matters. You have within your control whatever it is you want to become. You know, when I go back home to Liberia, you see a lot of the kids who are struggling. And then the whole vision is that they want to go to America, everything will be easy. I just need an opportunity. And I sit there and I said, look around you. There's so much opportunity around you. If you can think about how can I take advantage of this, educate myself, you can advance your life.
And my dad used to have, daddy's girl. My dad always says, if you think you can do it, it'll get accomplished. The minute you think you can't do it, you failed already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to me, that's the theme in the book. You know, I talk about just my struggle as Liberian. I talk about as an adult, I lost 3 siblings, passed away back to back to back to back. One of them was murder, and how I got over that. I talked about I went to school. I got a degree in finance as a Liberian because, you know, Liberians say, oh, go to school, get your degree, then you get a job. Shit, I came to
What do you do in
America.
finance, if you don't mind me asking? Like, finance is very broad. What do you do in finance?
Investment.
So are you more of a stock, brokerage, trust?
Yeah, derivatives, exactly.
As a refugee, right? As a refugee coming out of one of the poorest country in Africa, now you hold a doctorate degree in marketing, and I'm holding your book right now, and the title of this book is called Liberian Boy, and then it says trumps over walls and shadow. I understand the walls part, but when you talk about shadow, can you explain in details what you meant by shadow?
Yeah. Your shadows are your traumas. Your shadows are the pains and all the things you've gone through in life that makes who you are. That we'd often take and we put it in a box and we lock it up, right? That we don't know those things are contributes to who you are. Everything you say, everything you do, how you move about, those are your shadows. And how you overcome it, that's why I picked triumph as a terminology, like, you know, triumph over that. So my shadow is overcoming being a refugee, right? Coming to this country and not knowing how to read. I used to take 0 in class.
At the age of 15?
In America.
At the age of 15 years old.
Right?
Wow.
To, you know, I went to college and got a degree in finance from Georgia State University, right? Investment to be exact. But then I got up and then they said, oh, you're a black kid. So we don't want you working in finance. If you know finance is very racist, it's very white. right? For 3 years, I used to valet park cars in Atlanta.
They don't want you collecting the database when it comes to finances.
I don't know what it is. America is a racist country.
Always been.
What did the Liberal Post dad say?
But they created
twice as good to get half away as what they're doing.
So I used to valet park in the streets of Atlanta. My friends that I went to school with used to come to the club and throw the keys at me. Imagine how I was in the class. We graduate college. We all got degrees. You all got jobs and I don't. You come to the club and I'm parking your cars. I had to overcome that. Right? To then, how I got into marketing, I said, okay, I got to do something about it. I went on Amazon, bought a book. I read it. And then I started interviewing. That's how I got into the space. Right? But it took me doing the work to be able to allow myself to do that, overcoming that, right? So that's one of my shadows. And then the other one is what I think is the greatest pain that I've ever had and reinvented me as a person is when my brother was murdered in St. Cloud, Minneapolis, for helping someone he didn't know who was getting assaulted. And they stabbed him 7 times to death, right? And as I went throughout the entire process, the trial, and the judge kept saying, your brother is a good Samaritan. We live in a world where people rather take videos than intervene and help. So that changed my life.
That changed your perspective of who you are.
Exactly, because I took my Liberian experience. America became sweet. I lock it up. I was a successful businessman, and I thought I was a shit. And then that happened.
And now you reshape your ideology of how you see things and how to perceive people in that space.
Exactly. So that changed my life. And I talk about it in the book, and I wrote about the entire experience, the type of pain that I went through, my perspective. That's why I started the Unity J. McGill Foundation, and I pay for kids to go to college in Liberia because of that, right? I'm like, if he can be so selfless and give his life for somebody else, then when we all leave, we got to have something that people remember us for. And that's the reason why. So the shadows, to your question, those are all my shadows, and we all have our shadows. But I see it as my superpower.
So that's where you got your inspiration from. And that's what inspired you to write this beautiful book that says the Liberian Boy from over walls and shadows. And let me take the moment to say my condolences. Because I've been in a space that I lost my biological brother, and it was a tragedy. And there are certain things that you just have to figure out how to live with it. And there's a moment, there are moments in life that you wake up and you wish that this never to happen.
Yeah.
So I want to say my condolences.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy you were able to pivot from that pain and create something more. Would you mind talking more about your foundation back home and how that driven you further?
Yeah. So when he passed away, I was like, damn, the way he died was so selfless.
Was he your younger brother?
Yeah, my younger brother. Damn. And this is the kid that I raised, actually.
How old was he?
He was 29 years old when he was murdered.
That's my age. Yeah.
This is December 29th, actually, 2019.
December what?
2019.
Right, but what? Not to make a joke, he missed COVID, though.
True.
Bro,
he missed COVID.
We both lost our brothers on the same day.
Oh, wow.
Same day, same December, same year.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, 2019. I remember that phone call like yesterday. Actually, I just flew from Philly.
It was a phone call. I woke up to that as well.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. I remember, when I went home, I just felt sick that day. Just somebody finished beating the shit out of me. My whole body was just hurting.
And you just slept?
Out of nowhere, I couldn't figure out what. And I woke up in the middle of the night at 1.
And you saw a lot of missed calls. Same thing, me.
You could feel it when it happened.
Yeah. And
same thing, bro.
And she told me, but.
Same thing.
But yeah, it's the foundation. So I was trying to figure out how to give back. And, Liberia is such a young country. Average age is 18 years old, right? It's ripe for, sort of innovation and education. So I wanted to help. So I started the foundation and really donating my own money to the average cost of college in Liberia is $500 a year.
Right?
500 US. We go to the club.
You drop that.
And drop that on one $40 bottle in the club. So why can we just help? But the problem back home, a lot of the kids don't even know where to go, and the infrastructure and all that.
Who to
So there's
trust.
been challenges with that, which I'm starting to navigate, but my heart remains, how can I give back to the country through education? Because for me, education is a pathway out of poverty.
Life,
that was actually my next question. What are some of the mistakes or misconceptions you've seen when people try to invest back home?
So listen, I feel like us as Liberian, right? We come to this country, we're so used to what we have here that we try to take that and take it back home. When a man is hungry, he or she would do anything there is to survive. And that means he's blind and he would take advantage of whatever it is without seeing.
My mom said that. She said, when you go home, you got to feed those people before you try to teach them anything.
Correct.
The hungry man is an angry man.
Exactly. I live in a refugee camp and I know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to take our ideas and want to bring the same disciplines over there, but you have to educate people.
And we don't find the balance in doing it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then we are like, we're too good for those people. If you see me in Liberia, you probably wouldn't even know if I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably be walking in the street. We never brought up that I'll be having some kind of dirty slipper on, short trousers, t-shirt, you're walking around.
You disguise yourself.
Right? No, but that's not even it. You know, when they look at me and they're like, why? And I'm like, because I'm no better than you. I used to be here.
My parents always leave with like 2-3 suitcases and they come back with barely one.
I have one clothes on when I come back.
Yeah.
Are you not
everything on their
disconnecting
clothes,
yourself on
they
the
give it
route?
to
Are you
them.
trying to identify with your people?
Absolutely.
Which is the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Which is the way to go about it. I mean,
So my vision, and I need a lot of donation for that, is to build an entrepreneur center where it's free to educate people, to train people on how
Like a community college.
Not even a college. You know, I hear they have like a tech incubation center across the U.S., right? And it's free. It could be like a co-working space also.
Oh,
But basically,
like we work almost.
Thank you. So you offer free classes on marketing and business and stuff like that. Because for me in Liberia, everybody depends on the government. And the government ain't doing shit for the people.
No.
Any society that depends on the government don't move forward, right? Where innovation comes from is the private sector. So I believe if you can educate people, then that start to get the mind to think about people start creating something. So my vision, right, which I'm working towards, is if I can build an entrepreneur center and offer free education on writing a business plan, developing the product, marketing strategy, financial management, then people's minds are spinning, right? And then I'll help create, opportunity. And I also teach discipline, because that's what a Nigerian do. You go to Nigeria and Ghana, there's tech center all over the place, all over.
The girl was just saying it. The best way to do a remote job is through tech.
Are you going to be living there too?
My vision
In the process
is to live in Liberia.
Yes. Now you speak my language.
That's why I always go back every year. Even if I don't do anything immediately, I just go to get myself acclimated, to walk around, understand like the nuances and stuff like that. That's my vision. My kids are young. My daughter is older, is 14. So as soon as they graduate college, my ass is in Liberia.
My dad's waiting for his youngest to graduate high school, and he's out. He's like, he has other siblings that could help him get through college. He'll be fine. He's literally waiting for that as well. I was going to ask you, what is the biggest challenge you believe for Liberians trying to integrate into an American system? Because you did bring up how when Liberians come from America, they try to bring America back to Liberia. Whereas do you think, how about that before I say I think, do you think we have to create our own system in a way that merges both?
I mean, there's value in what we've learned here. In this country has created, discipline. There's one thing I like about America is that it creates discipline. This place is more disciplined than anywhere I've been. Like, I work with a lot of European countries and they're all on vacation every month. Literally.
Yo, Paris,
Right.
they don't work.
because they're super rich.
Paris, Parisians do not work. They work Monday through
they're super
Thursday.
rich.
Really, Monday's
Exactly.
off too.
That's a different kind of rich.
Right. Here, there's value we learn from here, which is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's tremendous value back home too, which is all about family, right? I think there is a merge in the
You
two.
forgot to merge
That we
that.
can bring the two together to value family and value sort of discipline, because I believe the major issue we have back home is discipline.
When you're talking about merge value on family, can you explain that into the details? Because coming out of Liberia and someone who lived there and understand the culture, I'll tell you that the family played a significant role on our downfall. as a person when it comes to business-wise or trying to establish a business in Liberia?
It's the culture, right? If you look at other countries like the Nigerians, the Italians, all these shoes we wear,
Definitely
Versace, Gucci, and all that, it's all family. The thing with
family.
Liberians is that there is this notion of
I don't want to give it to my child.
entitlement.
Yes.
Right? So I think back there and the same thing here, you try to do business with friends and families, like they feel like they're entitled. So I think to be successful in our culture, we have to learn how to set boundaries.
Discipline.
What are your favorite boundaries? I love boundaries. That's my favorite word. It is. I love saying no. I love saying this is incapable. We have to do this.
It depends. I'm a straightforward person. I believe like what I ask you to do, I would be able to do the same for you.
Yeah.
And if you can't uphold that, then I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, I got to cut that.
It's as simple as that.
Because it's not fair. And boundaries are only created because I love you and I still want you in my life. I just can't keep going that distance.
That's a good way to take a look at it. Whatever I could do, whatever I'm asking you to do for me, I'll do it for you. If you can't do it for me, it's okay.
And it doesn't have to be reciprocated. I just know that
if you have the capability,
because a lot of problems I face, or a lot of people I come encounter with, right? It's like I don't ask for too much, right? And like the little bit you could do for me, and if you feel like you're not doing it because of whatever you think I'm supposed to give you as an individual, I'm like okay with that relationship, because so many people in this world will love to be friends with certain people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People don't understand, Liberian people don't understand the opportunity, right? Opportunity to be friends with certain people. Because we so good people, and we just give ourselves, we open ourselves to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't value that.
Yeah.
Like the sense of value. So like we need to figure out as Liberians, right? I heard you say you emphasize on discipline and reality. These words you're using there, right? In different terms, right? So that's why I'm always trying to tell my people, Liberian people, in order for us to help that place, we as Liberians, that God bless us to come here, we need to go back home and set up shops.
I'm a firm believer in that.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can create this academy this school where people will come, you teach them this and teach them that, they'll learn that. But if they don't have discipline, these things don't work. As a business person, you can go to all the business school in America, in the whole entire world. If you don't understand as a businessman, you got to have financial discipline. Today, you might make $10,000. You may not make that $10,000 to another 5, 6, 7 days, and you don't understand money management, all these things, you'll be in serious trouble.
You're right. I'll give you an example. So I talked about the foundation, right? So I had 2 students that I sponsored. The first one, the only requirement, you make 3.0, and every semester you got to give me your grades to make sure you do it.
3.0?
Yeah, that's it.
But you dropped that.
It's that simple, right?
Because some people be 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5, 3.6.
But in America, I mean, most places 3.0, right?
Yeah.
So, and then they have to write sort of a letter to division because I want to see how they think and all that stuff.
Processing.
Exactly. So I asked, there was two students. There was a guy and a girl. The guy did exactly what I asked every semester, and I paid his tuition. The girl, nothing. 0. So then my sister back home, who was running the foundation, go and see her on the street, says, oh, she owed money for the school. And, you know, we should forgive her and this. And I said,
no, life's not going to forgive you like
and
that.
I said,
you got to teach them the
she
lesson.
had 3 things to do. I'm not doing it. So when I talk about discipline, that's what I mean. That is like, you have a responsibility and you have to do it.
I think too, also some people in their entitlement behavior, they've never been disciplined or been told, no, you can't do that. Or even like, no, you can't associate with me anymore if you continue to do that behavior. So some people don't know how to react to that. And I love being that lesson for people. Like, yes, you can come in my life. It's joyful. It's beautiful. I can do this. I can do that. The minute you cross that line with me, it's like, it's cold. It's turkey. You can't see me no more.
Same.
I'm so sorry.
I'll pull back. You be wondering like, what happened?
You was
like,
so
you don't call me anymore. I was like, no, we cool.
Yeah, and there's no smoke. It's just I can't give you all that I was giving before because it's a waste.
I can't give you that no more. Like I'm still cool. If I see you out, I'm gonna shake your hand.
Yeah,
we can be in the club. We gonna kick it, but bro, like nah.
Like I'm
cool because it's like at the end of the day, like bro,
you wasted my time.
People don't understand like this thing called life, right? It's not easy to navigate through it, bro. It's like one of the hardest things ever to ever be able to get through. That's why I said on the other show the other day about the respect I have for adults and older people that get to a certain age. Like, I get so happy when I see an older person. I want to talk to them because I want to understand how they got there. Because all this thing we doing, all this working out, going to work, making money, go to that, the key is to live tomorrow. That's it. Nothing else really matter but life. You feel me? So it's like we Liberians need to figure out how to kind of make our people understand. And I was talking to a girl today. She was giving me information on Liberia, right? And she said, like, she said something to me, right, that kind of like stood out. She was like, yo, she live in Liberia now. She from America. She was like, yo, the people here, they in shock. People live in Liberia, they stay in trauma shock, right? Because, bro, in Liberia, when somebody steal a rogue, they beating people to death. You see little kids. Like, I want to go visit my cousin, and her son was saying to me in the beginning, like 10 years old, right? He was saying, oh, that real lucky. We ain't see him. I come in this stick and knock you on your head. Think about 10-year-old excited for inflicting pain on somebody else.
Imagine what he's going to be at 21,
Think
22.
about how like crazy, like it's something that makes them happy. When they catch rogue, like they're happy to beat that person.
Because there's a pain in their own heart they're willing to get out and put it on the
You
next
feel me?
person.
So we have to figure out, like, as Liberians, like where we go as a society tomorrow. Like, how can we get to these people to let them know, like, it's okay. We can move forward from this war trauma.
This was such a
all this
refreshing
crazy thing that's happening.
Appreciate it. But it's on us, though. The thing that irks me the most when I hear Liberian people say, oh, that country, that useless country, that for nothing country. Nobody, you can't do nothing over there. And I sit there and like it could be 5, 10 people having that conversation. I was like, so who's supposed to fix it?
Yeah, I was asking that too. And you know what to do? They said
who's supposed to fix it?
They call me. I said, when they call me.
I'm like, it's you.
No, so listen, so they're saying the government, right? They have a point. The government is responsible to change the infrastructure of the country, not the livelihoods of the people, right? Like how Dr. Gray was able to change his life. Like he had his own destiny in his hands. And you understand? He been a marketing strategist, holds a doctorate degree in it. But at the end of the day, this is what he wrote in a short form again. Just give me a second as I read this. It's not about you not having passion for your country, but sometimes it's about your country not having passion for you.
But how can a country have passion for you?
Because
it's a land.
Because the basics.
What emotions with that?
Yeah, but it's a land. Let's agree a country is a land. But it's a land given to people to govern it. They got people who pay taxes back home.
Absolutely.
They got revenues that donors give. So just the basics needs that people will need to make life.
So it's less people that pay.
Will be life way more easier. Like water, good medical, good roads, internet. These are the basic necessities. Bro, if you go to Ghana today, right? Or the whole DSTV stuff that's so popular, that was so hot in Liberia, all the zinc rounds in Ghana got DSTV. I don't care whether you're a cool water man or you push your wheelbarrow when you go home, you got a stable electricity or you got your food in your box. So just these basic things that help make our life way more easier as a person, because it's not every day you go hustle, you come back, you get money to cook every day. But when you cook your soup as a scrapper, a hustler, you cook your 2-day soup, or that soup lasts you for the whole week.
No, I don't disagree. My only thing is,
you understand? Now, we can be having a challenge, or we can be facing challenges, bro, since you're talking about the war took place in Liberia since 1989.
1989.
Since 1989 up to present day, we cannot have a stable electricity.
Here's the thing, though.
It's a complete disadvantage.
There is a book that I read in graduate school called The Bottom Billion.
Yeah.
And it says for every year of war, every 1 year, it puts a country back 7 years.
Yeah.
So you do the math. We have 15 years of war. So what's 15 times 7? Right?
Yeah.
That's how far back we are.
But the girl, she said the country had war at the same time. What some African country had war?
Rwanda. But the point I'm trying to make is it even the Philippines?
But you can compare the war in Rwanda and the war in Liberia.
Right?
The war in Rwanda was staged.
So Rwanda war was staged.
Was staged, but Liberia war wasn't
Liberia
staged.
war was even worse.
That's what I'm saying. The war
Liberia was is the stupidest war ever.
No, but the war in Rwanda wasn't a real war.
No, just say. So
As much as it took a lot of lives, but it wasn't a real war. It was staged.
Even me, I want a war even worse because our war was fighting one another.
No.
Exactly.
But same.
So the
Rwanda.
The point I was trying to make, Rwanda, the point I was trying to make is, do we have poverty? Yes. Do we have poor infrastructure? Yes. Is the government inefficient? Yes. All the negative stuff, yes. But change is an intervention.
Mm-hmm.
And Liberia cannot change if we don't go there and do the things that we want to do to help and the knowledge that we've gained. When I say that, people say, oh, the politician, the men say, oh, blah, 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 blah. They want money, they want bribe you. The number one corrupt country in the world is where we're sitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have to look past all that and go and invest, create business and do other things. But not everybody. Some people just want things to be nice before they want to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, that's how they want
Which is fair.
The one
But I have the same challenge. It's bad. But when it's bad, that means there's a lot of opportunities too, I believe.
Looking back on your journey in this life, what's one advice you would give young Alvin fresh off the boat?
You know, somebody asked me that question. You're the second person to ask me that question. And actually, they asked me two questions. The first question was, if you didn't go through the war, would you be the person that you are today?
Definitely not.
And I say yes.
Really?
Definitely.
Because the level of the person that I am, I'm a very focused individual. But
you don't think pain built you?
Absolutely it did.
Yeah, so you needed that pain.
Absolutely. That was my destiny.
Yeah.
But going back, I think the biggest thing is like, you don't know what's ahead of you, but it's going to be okay.
True.
Because that was my biggest thing, is like, you don't know what's left, what's right. You're just like in the trenches.
That's what you would tell young Alvin.
Exactly.
Everything's going to be okay. No
It's like just trusting God, right? He's like, it's going to be okay. You don't see it, but you have to have blind faith. Because when I tell you it was tough, it was tough.
Let's talk about this statement right here, right? Liberia is the only place in the world where I don't feel judged.
Yes.
Both as a black man and because of my race. Yeah, I am one among many of my people, and that is why I love coming back home.
Is that a real thing when you're, I don't know, but when you're in Africa, you really don't notice that you're black?
And what make you feel that?
I feel like for the first time in my life when I came to America, I was black.
That's what I was going to ask you. You really don't.
Black in America, right?
You don't notice that you're black until you.
Exactly.
No, the weapon was definitely you.
I am one among many of. I'd like to hear more about that.
You're who? You're, Alvin Gray, you're J-Bizz, right? You're Smitty, right? Like, that's who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your race. It's all about your character. Now, they might talk about your tribe, but it's about your character. And when I'm at home, I'm at peace. It's my own people. I speak the same language. They don't judge me by my accent. They don't judge me what I look like. I'm just there. Here, when I walk into the room, all those things are being calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak right?
You already understand it.
Right? Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, and I have to put on another face. I have to code switch. I think Alberto said it earlier.
Yeah, but is that a good or bad thing?
What, here?
No, when you that how comfortable you feel being home, right? No, I'm going somewhere. How comfortable when you get back home, Liberia, how you're not judged, nothing. It's like you just yourself, right? And there's no requirement. There's no standards. Like they're just taking you as you.
He's saying that it makes you
basically
expansive and grow.
Do you feel people can grow like that?
Absolutely, because you're your authentic self.
And it's a whole different. I mean,
that's kind of tough though, because like
life shouldn't always be pain though.
I think growth come with like everything I ever grow in this world. It comes from the dark space.
Agreed.
Everything that grows like from.
But J-Bizz, I work in corporate, right? No matter what you do in this country, they're gonna say you're a nigga.
And the thing about
you can only go as far.
But at the age of 15 years old, like
that's
you can break it. You can only go as far, but they're always gonna look at you as that black dude.
That's what I was
exactly
going to
as
say.
a
Keke
nigga.
Palmer had made this quote as a black woman.
No, you're right.
Not to even speak on it when you're a
but
black.
nothing wrong with that though, because nothing always wrong with that, right? Reason why I say that, right, as an individual, is that, bro, now the internet is available, right? I think that has changed.
I deal with a lot of this stuff in my day to day, and in the corporate sense. So I can only speak about me as a black man in America, right?
A real black man in America.
Exactly, right? There's a lot of microaggression in terms of like, you know, even I've been asked to take my degree off my name.
That got to my point. I was just about to say how to be overqualified.
To take it off my name because it's intimidating.
Yes.
You have been asked to take it off your name.
Doctor.
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 Like
the thing that I worked so hard for, to take it off my name.
And a lot of
I don't even get recruiters calling me this because it's intimidating as a black man.
They call a black man a doctor. A lot of your colleagues have to call you a doctor because doctor is a sort of respect. It's a different.
Back home, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It's my character.
You see how
it's my body of work.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. Growth, right? Don't you feel like because of all these things that you had to go through in life with the people, right? With the people, because like this is a real conversation, right? Because we know who we need to blame? Our forefather them, right? Let's blame them. Because for me, if I have a company, right? If I build something, right? I have a right to say who I will employ, who I don't employ.
Fair.
Yeah, I have the right. I have the right to, I have the right to do that, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like with these type of conversations where it's like, oh, we feel like a certain level we can't reach because of our skin color, who do we blame?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't blame nobody. That's just what it is.
It's the system,
and
bro.
For me,
you blame the system. You blame the system.
I'm just going to try to break that ceiling.
Yeah, you blame the system.
You're going to blame the system.
We don't control it. We don't own it.
Everything in my book, I say, me, Alvin Gray, not nobody else.
Yeah.
Focus on what you can't control. Anything else is wasted energy.
Above you.
I already know there are things put in place to prevent me from getting to a certain level. And my singular focus is how I can break that thing within my control. Why do we all work? We want to make as much money as possible, live a fulfilling life, feed our family, our kids and all that stuff, right? And just live a life that we don't have to worry about money and all that stuff. That's what we work.
Yeah, financial freedom.
But
basically.
Right?
Yeah, but kind of think about it, right, Alvin? You left the Great Liberia because of unforeseen circumstances, came all the way to the U.S. You was able to make something out of your life, and now you hold a doctorate degree in marketing strategies. But with all the struggles and everything, leaving at the early age of 15 years old, you still have a full understanding that Liberia is the only country that you cannot be charged, which is your home,
Right?
that you cannot automatically be driven away from.
Right.
So you already, as much as you were able to make something all of your life, you already fixed with that mindset like, hey, I'm in America, and I mean, this is not where I belong.
Right.
You understand that automatically, and it's only few Liberians who have that mindset. And that's the reason why you see a lot of time people choose to go back home when they're 60s, when they're 65, or when they retire in America, or even establishing something back to where they came from. And you came here at the age of 15 years old. Not enough to understand, not enough to 100% to adapt to the ways of life in America. But you didn't.
Yeah. I mean, here, I would say that it wasn't easy. And one man pains is not the same as another.
Yeah.
And I'll walk you through my process in a second. Some people are afraid to go home because the trauma that they went through in the war the pain is so great that they see nothing but red.
Yeah.
Imagine telling somebody, like, bro, they either raped their parents or shot their parents in front of them, or a kid was told to kill his parents or something to that extent. So all they see is pain. So they don't go back because of that, right? It's like you went somewhere and you were hurt deeply. Would you want to go back to face that? Not too many people have that. When I left, I was small. I went through all the trauma, right? It took me, I think, 10 years, 15 years before I even said I want to go back to Liberia. And I just got a plane ticket, went there. I didn't even know nobody. I didn't even see my father. I left my father when I was 7 years old. I went back when I was in my 30s. But as soon as I got there, what was one fearful became a place of peace. And that got me more, I want to learn more. I want to learn more. I want to learn more. So I think the thing is most people are fearful. And the moment they go back, then their vision is different.
It change.
So that's usually is like, you got to get over that first fear. That's why most people, in my opinion, don't have that.
Yeah, but I don't want to dispute what you just said, right? But honestly, I think the people who made it way to the U.S., who navigated from the war and migrated to the U.S. through the refugee programs are not those that actually, you understand, got affected by the war. They might have gotten affected by the war based on that they migrated from the country or to seek refuge outside. But those who really had the full weight or had experienced what exactly war is was the one that left back home. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who, my brother, for example, who escaped from Liberia to go to Guinea. Do you remember Dofa Tabe?
I remember Dofa Tabe. That's like, that shit is crazy.
Bro,
nigga,
people was tortured. People were asked to kill their family and they escaped. They felt it. But people stay back too. And so far, when I was there, for example, Dudu Borden used to be dropping bomb and we going to take over. So people experience it on both sides. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I think in all honesty, despite the war, I think Liberia is a way safest place to live or to go back home than the West.
100%.
Yeah.
One of the safest countries, in my opinion, in West Africa. Same with Ghana. Yeah. I think Liberia is even more safer than Ghana.
Yeah, so opinion. I mean, like, there's no more war in Liberia. We're not fighting each other anymore. You understand? And I love your energy. You know, you left Liberia at the age of 15, not knowing how to read. You came on the side. You challenge life and you challenge yourself. You make something out of your own life. And now you can say, okay, you know, I can live any part of the world because you qualified to live in Europe.
Yeah.
Or you qualified to live in Asia.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you wrote a book that the title says Liberian Boy Trump over walls and shattered. And I haven't even gone deep into your book, just page 10. That part alone is like telling people who's going to read this book. And for me, it touched me. Yeah, I've already impacted me as much. I'm not trying to stay here. I never had a thought about staying here, but already created that space to be like, okay, you know what? I got a Liberian that's saying this, that letting us know exactly what needs to be done. Because at the end of the day, it's the truth. This is not, this is not where we're from.
Definitely.
Where we're from is Liberia.
I have two questions for you. What do you want young Liberians, especially still over there, to believe about themselves? Other than if you thinking you can do it. We all know we need to know that one.
Well, I mean, that's the first thing, right?
Mm.
Because once you start doubting yourself, immediately it's like you're not going to get anything done. And I think just being disciplined.
Discipline's your biggest thing.
To me, that's the biggest thing. If you're disciplined, you can accomplish anything in the world.
True.
So for me, it's those things. One is your mindset over matters. Regardless of your circumstances, if you want to do something and you're disciplined, you can do it. Doesn't matter. You can do it.
And then as well, what do you have next for you? What projects are you excited about right now? I know you give back. You have basically a big brother, big sister kind of program going on in Liberia.
So first of all, I would love all 500,000 Liberian people in America to buy this book.
Okay.
There's a 500,000 copy out there.
Yeah,
right?
That's good.
It's Liberian Boy, Triumph of a War Shadow is on Amazon. It's on dralvingray.com. You can buy it. It's only $20 for paperback and $30 for hard copy.
Okay. 20 times 500,000, y'all.
It's also on Amazon Prime, $9.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. And I'm not doing it because I'm trying to drive financial gain for myself.
Simple.
This book educates people on the importance of Liberia and the Black population across the world. In the beginning, I'll talk about how Liberia came to be. the culture and all that stuff. There's a little history about that, right? 2, I feel like often we glorify celebrities. No shade to nobody,
Mm-hmm.
but the likelihood of becoming a celebrity is very small.
Mm-hmm.
There are
1%.
successful people out there who are businessmen, who are doing good things, and they need to be a model of inspiration because those are attainable.
Yeah, I love the lab rats. We love
That's
the lab
the reason
rats.
why Nigerians are successful, because they
Respect
idolize the
business people.
engineers, the bankers, the lawyers, and all those things. And those are their role models,
And those
not
are
the
things that build
entertainer.
community as
And
well.
they understand what support is.
That's what the podcast is
Exactly.
about. We want to bring.
So
those
we
type
got
of
to
people to life.
amplify that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because then you can say, you know what? Somebody can say, oh, you know what? I too can become a doctor. Do you want to know how I even decided to become a doctor?
Yeah.
I was literally getting my MBA, and fun stats. There's 5% of the people in the world have a terminal degree, a doctorate degree. 5% out of 8 billion people in the world, only 5. This shit is hard. And then for people of color, black people, less than 1% in the world.
Oh, you wanted to be part of the less than 1%.
No, not that.
Mm.
I was graduating and I looked in front of me and I saw nothing but black men who had their PhD. They were graduating. And I said, I'm going to do that.
You wanted to sit in that row.
That was an inspiration for me in that moment.
You
I didn't
saw
know
it.
how.
Something
I
you
said,
saw.
I want to do that.
You think the importance of visualization, it holds so much prime. Because I'm honestly, the only reason why I'm somewhat of a Afro-descent, beautiful woman that I am is because of the inspiration of the women in my life. I would not be the woman who stands there with jewelry and doing all of this, if there weren't women in my life who were hardworking, who showed me you can be this type of criteria. So
You have
sometimes
to see it.
we have to show them. Yeah.
So that's the reason why people going back home, so people they can know that real human being that's doing these things. Because a lot of things people feel like it's so impossible to get done. So that's why it's so important for every Liberian out there in the whole entire world to make your way back to Liberia for better Liberia.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it.
All right. Dr. Glay, thank you for coming.
And me and Dr. Glay was in Ghana. We had a good time too.
You like that fun?
There's 2 sides.
I like that. What's your side?
He's a young man. What do you expect?
Oh, you're hardworking.
I'm a Capricorn. There's the chilling side.
He's
Y'all
a-
like money. Natalie Nunn's a Capricorn, if that tells you anything.
It's a good book. I'm
And there's
definitely
the
read it.
business side.
It's 500. It's 500,000 Liberians body vote for $20.
I would
That's like
donate
$10 million.
20% to this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you take out the
buy
cost,
the
Look, man, yo, better go buy the book right now.
20% to this
500 by the book. You
Matter
still
of
get
fact,
20%.
I'll create a code for in the fry.
fries.
If they
Okay.
use it, 20%.
Let me
You
get
guys
out
heard it here first.
I'll personally sell it.
The next event we do, we will bring your books.
You have some
Might as
salesmen
well.
there, so bring it, my brother.
I'll personally sell it.
We'll sell it, book,
And
yeah.
I'm working on a movie, trying to
All
turn
we
this
gotta
into
do
a
is
series.
discuss the 20%, and they will take the labor cost. They will buy it off
I like-
for you
and
on that
the good thing
percentage,
about the
and they
book,
will
too,
sell it for the $20.
The book, he has
That's another one.
too.
He has
Yeah.
pictures of landmark locations in Liberia. The book
Yeah, I
has
want to
pictures
do
too.
compiles, took photos of it. Because I wanted people to visualize and outside and see Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do
Yeah.
the ugly parts, right? I
They
went
got
on top
pictures.
of Ducal and I took for them to see the landscape of
Yeah, I see
Monrovia,
Yeah, you got pictures.
stuff like that.
All right, y'all. I thought we said goodbye. Content Smith. And I said, thank you, Dr. Glenn, for coming. I appreciate it. Buy the book. He said, give us 20% discount. Where you want to see me walk away? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Nah, thank you for coming.
No,
bro.
for real. This
Appreciate
was really
you.
refreshing. I wasn't sure because you were a finance guy how this conversation was gonna go, but I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yes, please.
Oh my God.
No, my partner works in finance. He does stocking and brokerage.
I don't even do that anymore.
Oh,
I like marketing better.
really?
Yeah.
Speaking about marketing, something, man, I need to connect with you because I gotta.
Hold on.